Hello again, welcome to Fine Mathematics. My name is Erik, and we are continuing our conversations on executive functions, and we are on Chapter 3, Systems, and this is Part 3. And this one I'm going to be talking about personal systems. This is one of the categories I mentioned in the first video of this chapter. Now before I go into some personal systems, let me just bring this up that I'm going to use examples of personal systems, and these are basic personal systems that I recommend to all students. Now, some of these may seem trivial or basic or, wait, I know this, but you'd be surprised of how many people don't follow these, particularly teenagers, particularly as students become teenagers when they're, young children to teenagers and they start taking a little bit more independence. We can forget these things because we may associate them with being a child or being, I'm too big for this, or having the inexperience to realize how effective and how much weight these really affect us and will affect our lives and affect our performance. And I am very much guilty of this. When I was a teenager, I was all over the place on most of these things. And only recently in adult life, over the last maybe decade or so, maybe a little stretch, have I really implemented these and have I seen the results in my improvement in success and optimization and performance and quality. So first things first, let me just remind, these are basic systems for the person, the individual, that I recommend. There may be some other ones that you're already doing or not doing, but I recommend that these be thought of and be defined for yourself in life, at least during the school week, because this will help optimize not only your performance as an individual when you go to school in terms of your own personal health and your well-being and things, but it allows us to start building other things on top of it as well. So the first one in personal systems is a wake-up time, What time do you wake up? That's the action. We want to have a good wake-up time, and the objective is to get up in time so there's enough time to take care of some other items before we go off to school. So the first one is a wake-up time. The second one is going to be make your bed. We want to make our bed, so the objective is it's set up for the evening when we return home. We're following the same pattern. And there's even books that are entitled Make Your Bed Every Day. These simple tasks, other people have seen and the benefits of this, and they build whole other routines on top of it or systems on top of it. The next one is journaling. Now I'm putting this one in, and this one may be tricky for younger students or high school students or anybody. But this is really for anybody and adults as well, including. I'm inserting this one deliberately in the morning. Journaling is the action. The objective is you give yourself a private time as well as mental health and whatever thoughts and feelings are going on in your day or morning. You're emptying those thoughts and feelings before you even start today. You've already invested in yourself before you've even gone out to other things in the day. The third one is going to be hygiene. I'm not going to go through all the details, but hygiene, that way you can make sure you're prepared, clean, and ready for school. And this incorporates brushing your teeth, taking a shower, and all those good things. And the next one would be eating breakfast. I was a major culprit of this even through college and unfortunately even now sometimes. Sometimes I don't eat a breakfast just because I'm always thinking I'm too busy or I don't have time, or I got to get to where I'm going. And these little tiny thoughts and behaviors start to compound. Next thing you know is we start sacrificing ourselves for the day, for the work, for all these other things. This is why it's so important in the beginning, in the personal care in the mornings, that we invest in ourselves first. In the first things we do in the morning, at least how I define it and how I see it. I think this is the most important thing we can do, particularly if you're a student or an adult and you have other people depending on you. Make sure you have breakfast in the morning so you have the fuel, the objective, to do well the rest of the day. And then the last one that I use as a basic system for students is having an ample bedtime. Now the bedtime, obviously the objective is to make sure we get enough sleep so we can have another successful day. Now I would say for children and teens, the consensus is that 8 to 9 hours of sleep per day is necessary for children and teens to have ample sleep for growing, for resting the body, and all the good things. Adults can be a little less, but whatever your age or your time frame is, make sure you get ample sleep. And this means having an ample bedtime so there's enough time to sleep. And the last one is making sure you have a good bedtime. And if you're a teen or younger than teens, they recommend that having 8 to 9 hours per day is necessary for development, growth, mental acuity, and just having enough patience and stamina to get through the day. Bedtimes are highly important, so make sure that you know your bedtime. And that way you can make sure that you're getting the proper sleep and the objective to continue the next day and have another successful day. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you again in the next one. And remember, enjoy the process.